All right, such a beautiful day today. Was cleaning my car and decided to make this video about the wear and tear. Oh yes, the damage, the maintenance, parts replacements, all that stuff. It's been 57,000 miles that I've been driven this Challenger RT 2016. Bought it in January 17. And been driving it every day since. 3 winters, 4 summers, going on the 4th winter, so it's going to be almost a complete 4 years and a couple of months. And it's a great car, to be honest. It's doing what it does, and I can't complain. It carries my kids. I got 3 young boys that I drop every morning to school. One to school, the other 2 to daycare, and do the groceries, and come back, pick them up, go to work, and the most important, go to track days, do lapping, circuit, drag, anything I could do, back roads, everything in this car. It's the 5.7, and let's go over really how it's holding up. And I'm going to show you the first of all, the paint is the paint. Nowadays, paint is not what it used to be, so there is quite a few chips and rock nicks and quite a lot, and this is a pitch black car, so in the front end there, the front hood and the bumper, I couldn't count them. There's probably more than 30, 40 little ones. The bigger ones, maybe 6, 7s there, where you can see the white ding there, the white mark. Paint is gone. So yeah, what can you do? There's a lot of dirt and grime and rocks and salt and all sorts of stuff on the roads, especially in the winter here up north. So that, and the edge of the side fender, just behind the wheel, the front wheel and the rear wheel, the quarter there behind, and those are as well, damage from rocks, from dirt. You can see the clear is getting dirty, so it would really need a paint correction, touch up, and a buff after those 4 years. That'd be due. Other than the paint, I did have some paint peeling at the bottom and by the front fender, driver's side. It seems that it was maybe a factory defect. It was corrected and repainted from Dodge FCA and under warranty, so no issue there since. It's been almost 2 years and I haven't seen it painted. I did use some striping there over the rocker part at the bottom just to protect it, and try to make the paint last a little bit longer with those vinyl stripes. Hopefully it helps. And while there is a rock chip that's really bothering me here on the front roof there, passenger side, there was this big rock that I got. That one hurt, when you get those big hots, and it's just and it really chipped the paint, and now the rust is starting to catch on underneath, and I have to do something about it. Most of the guys, they want to paint the whole roof. It's like $400 or $500 job, and the next thing you know, the week after, you get another rock, and it's all to be done again. So there's no point for that. If it's so I want to really just sandblast it specifically around that and clear it, but there ain't too many guys that are willing to do it. There's going to be some touch up and paint correction. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a couple of hundred at the most job, and if it happens again, well, at least you got a couple of more hundred to fix it. So that's what I think about it. So that's pretty much about the paint. If you go in the back, where you open the trunk, that is like a piano black plastic faceplate there, and that, my wife has long nails, I think, and probably me too, sometimes in winter with the gloves and everything. It's pretty scratch up. Where you see the Dodge logo, that's scratch up. It's what can you do? Those are areas where you use a lot. Even underneath the door handle, there's quite a lot of scratches. A surface scratch, but still, it's apparent. You can see those. Beside that, well, there's a lot of scratches, light scratches that could probably be buffed and fixed from kids, you know. I mean, one I caught rolling his Hot Wheels on the hood there. There's a nice scratch, and there's a couple of scratch from the hood, and a cat fight, or I don't know, the cat decided to fucking take off from my hood, and I could see his claw, really, like. And there's a couple of hood here, scratch I did, one I made myself, you know, it was this long piece of metal was cracking and just turned the corner and hit the bumper there, so there's a little scratch. So, you know, cosmetically it's tough to maintain a car 365, so it's no different with this car than any other, but you know, even though you're being careful, and you know, I don't want to go berserk and nuts and paranoia on this car because it's a daily driver, you know. Hopefully you guys don't, you know, piss on me because it's damaged, but I mean, it is what it is, and it's a daily driven car. So, you know, I look at my trucks, my wife's truck, and it's even worse. So, and it's a white truck, it hides pretty well, but man, that truck is getting a beating from the wife, you know. Outside, it's pretty much it. Underneath, it's all good there. You know, I did the rust protection. I'm going to do it again this year. I did it the first 3 years. There's no apparent rust. I mean, there's a couple of spots, you know, from the arm there, the control arm there that's starting. The joint from the shaft, it's also starting, I've noticed. But pretty much like the under panel is not rusting. The structure, the frame is not rusting. That's pretty good, you know, and that far, and you know, it's pretty good. It's been 4 years, 4 winters, so it's doing well there. What else did I need to do on this car? Well, I changed. Well, there's a few modifications I did, but I mean, in terms of the engine, you know, we were looking lately at the engine tick, the engine noise, the Hemi tick, and it all came out as the injectors that are really noisy. There's also the rubber seal underneath the hood that seals the hood when it shuts down is cracked and damaged. Need to replace those. That's a $100 part with some rivets. 150, I think you can find it. The rest, I've changed a serpentine belt once for preventive maintenance. I'm about 7 or 8 oil change for 57,000 miles. Obviously, we use I use either the Mobile One or I switched to Pennzoil now, the last 2. But before that, the first 5 was Mobile One. Now I just changed to Pennzoil, the Ultimate there, Platinum. And there's also the windshield. The windshield is cracked. I have a rock chip. I don't know if you can see it here. Just right at the wrong spot here. Right in between my eyes. Right here. Been driving with it. I got it fixed. But, you know, it's still apparent. And it's been a couple of years, you know, so... Again, you buy those, you change it, next week after, it's broken again. So until it grows bigger, I can see sign that you know, the crack or the chip is growing bigger. Drive it as is. Suspension, brakes. Well, brakes, I'm on my second set of brakes now. 57,000 miles. The first one I drove, I think, 12,000. I got it changed under warranty, so I got a second set that I drove another 8 to 10,000. So I drove technically 22,000 miles on 2 sets of rotors. So one was offered back from warranty from Dodge, so probably counts as one because the first one was defective, but kind of drove on it. So. And then the same thing happened with the performance rotors that I got from Power Stop. Those cracked, so I got a replacement as well. So technically, I used 4, but you know, if they're all were perfect the first time, it would have been the second set of rotors that I use. Same in the back as well, with joint pads. So I guess. So brakes are probably the biggest maintenance. Tires, well, there are tires, you know, you can't, I'm, you know, like, I'm the Goldilocks of tires. I change them every second I find a deal, and, you know, I want just the best tires at every temperature and every different weather and every circumstance or, you know, track event. I try to find the best tires, so that we won't get involved into those tires. Inside, well, inside it holds pretty well. I have the weather mat, though. That makes a big difference. The weather mat inside scanned tire, but not tire, but I mean carpet, plastic carpets. Those are as a must if you daily drive these, as well in the back for the kids. The kids are, you know, they're keeping it quite clean in the back, but I mean they're pushing in the back seat, so the back seat is always a little bit dirty there in the plastic side of the back seat. The wife decided one day that she used my car with some sort of a jacket that had a pin in it, so she kind of scratched my leather here, my leather seat on the driver's side. Not that bad, but the leather's holding pretty good. No complaints there. And yeah, the back is clean as well. I got 2 boosters now. Jake is in the middle. And here's my seat here. You can actually see here kind of scratched here too. Lightly scratched, but the seat is holding pretty well. I mean, I'm 250, 255, and you can see it's not bad at all. Very nice. The pedal, I mean, those are gone. Those are gone. So that would mean a replacement. There's no more rubber on them. Lightly on the brake. Yeah, brake is still good. I don't brake that much. Gas is gone. Clutch is gone. I did make an adjustment here on the brake, security brake here, the rear brakes. Yeah, that needed an adjustment in the rear. The clutch, well, the clutch, I'm on the original clutch. I feel it's still okay, still good. Everything is working fine. I mean, I have no problems whatsoever with heating, with any instruments. The infotainment center is great. No complaints there. And I can't, you know, there's no really major issues or default problems with this car. I feel everything has been well improved and fixed and thought of in this car. You know, in 2016, it's already been. They came out in 2008. You know, so 8 years, 9 years, and that came from an older platform as well that was already approved. So what else? Not much I can think of. I think that's it, guys. So that's the bottom of the story. I think it's good. I'm pretty happy. If you have any questions, you want to know gas mileage, I got some also videos coming up with a 2-year gas mileage complete evaluation. And that's it. I think I've covered everything. See you in the next videos. Cheers.